Max Verstappen and Lando Norris have shared a close friendship off the track since their karting days over a decade ago, but this year they found themselves in an intense title battle in Formula One for the first time. Their rivalry sparked in Austria back in June, with tensions escalating during dramatic moments in Austin and Mexico City that October, as Verstappen faced mounting pressure to defend his championship lead. Ultimately, Verstappen clinched his fourth consecutive title with a spectacular victory in Sao Paulo, before securing his crown in the Las Vegas GP, finishing ahead of Norris to seal the deal. People always make it really a lot worse on social media. There are a lot of idiots on that platform that always have something to say, something to complain about, Verstappen said on Red Bull's podcast Talking Bull. There are a lot of positive people, but also some proper idiots. I think it's better just to ignore all of that. Lando and we got on very well. Of course, at times it got a bit tense on track, but off the track that shouldn't matter. We always try to do the best we can on track to get the best possible result. You're fighting for the World Championship. I think it's normal that these kind of things can happen, but we're good. The Sao Paulo Grand Prix became the defining moment of the title race as Max Verstappen charged through the field from 17th place to secure his first win in over 4 months, while pole-sitter Lando Norris finished in 6th. The weekend was marked by heavy rain, which forced qualifying to take place on Sunday morning, just before the race. A late crash by Lance Stroll during Q2 caused yellow and red flags, preventing Verstappen from reaching Q3. To make matters worse, a 5-place grid penalty for a new engine left him starting from the second to last row, adding even more drama to his incredible comeback drive. I was very upset with qualifying. I wanted to destroy my room, but I walked into my room and my dad was sitting there, he said. He was the calm one. Very calm. I was so angry then, I saw him so calm, that it actually calmed me down. I just walked in. When I think back about the day, I could really feel us in the office. When we were preparing for the race, there were a lot of sad faces because you're starting P17. Your main rival is starting first, so it could be a massive point swing, and we couldn't really have that at that point of the championship. Everyone was quite nervous, but then it rained. It was a wet day. I jumped in the car. I like to drive in the wet, but you never know what will happen because at the same time you might be taken out, or you spin off the track yourself because it's very difficult. But then as soon as the race went underway, it was good. It was nice. I enjoyed it a lot. I felt good with the car. Step by step, driving to the front again. It was relief on the podium. As soon as I won that race, I was like, that's it. Max Verstappen, who plans to enjoy some skiing and sim racing during F1's winter break, has a chance next season to match Michael Schumacher's record of 5 consecutive titles. His first championship in 2021 remains the most controversial, with race director Michael Massey's decision to restart the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with just 1 lap to go, allowing only the back markers between Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton to pass. Verstappen seized the opportunity, overtaking Hamilton on the final lap to claim the title in what had already been a highly contentious season. Reflecting on this year's Brazilian race, Verstappen compared the thrilling finale to his dramatic 2021 triumph in Abu Dhabi. I wouldn't want to relive Brazil because it was so emotionally draining that day that I cannot do that again. It's the same as reliving my first title that day. I think that day I would die, said the 4-time world champion. People that saw me that day, especially my girlfriend Kelly, PK. She came into my room before the race, and normally I'm not really that nervous. You're just well prepared, and there might be some nerves that you want to do well. But she said my hands were ice cold. You really don't want to relive these kind of moments. They're amazing to look at, but not to relive. Max Verstappen secured his 4th consecutive F1 Drivers' Championship in 2024, but the road to victory was far more challenging than expected. The team faced a major setback when Red Bull went in the wrong direction with their RB20 car. Initially, the RB20 was designed to build on the success of its predecessor, the RB19, but it soon became clear that the car struggled with balance and performance in certain conditions. Red Bull's design team made aggressive changes to the car, but those modifications didn't yield the expected improvements. This misstep caused issues with tyre management and overall race pace, forcing the team to adjust their strategy and set up more than anticipated. Despite these challenges, Verstappen's remarkable consistency, skill, and Red Bull's ability to adapt throughout the season allowed him to clinch the title. However, the season highlighted how even dominant teams like Red Bull can face unexpected hurdles when venturing into uncharted territory with car development. Red Bull's recent struggles can be traced back to the 2023 Spanish Grand Prix, according to team principal Christian Horner. At first glance, everything seemed fine, especially with Max Verstappen dominating the season, but beneath the surface, problems were brewing. The team introduced a new flaw at that race weekend, and while Verstappen continued to perform at his best, Sergio Perez began to struggle with the car's handling. The issue was subtle at first, but became more apparent over time. The full explanation didn't emerge until a year later, during the 2024 Miami Grand Prix weekend, when Red Bull finally revealed the real impact of that flaw change. It turned out that the new flaw, while designed to improve performance, had an unintended effect on the car's balance, making it more challenging for Perez to extract the same level of performance. This issue would linger and contribute to the team's difficulties in the following season. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez continued to dominate at the start of the season, but both drivers were far from satisfied with the new RB20. The car's unpredictable reactions and poor balance made it difficult to handle, setting the stage for a challenging period ahead for Red Bull. MacLaren, on the other hand, seized the initiative by introducing a major update. Although Lando Norris's qualifying didn't go as planned in Florida, he delivered a stunning victory with a dominant drive, aided by a bit of luck from the safety car. Meanwhile, Red Bull was facing a troubling decline. The new flaw introduced at the Spanish Grand Prix had turned out to be a misstep, and all the developments that followed were failing to deliver the expected improvements. While the team continued to build on the foundation of the RB19 and RB20, the wind tunnel data suggested gains that didn't translate to better on-track performance. Instead, these changes only served to further upset the car's balance. Despite these struggles, Verstappen managed to secure crucial victories in Imola, Canada, and Spain. However, Red Bull endured a 10-race winless streak, which was finally broken in dramatic fashion at the rain-soaked Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Verstappen then delivered another masterclass in Qatar, even after the championship had already been sealed. Red Bull's struggles in 2024 were primarily the result of a significant issue with correlation between their wind tunnel data, simulator results, and actual on-track performance. Helmut Marko frequently highlighted that the results from their simulations didn't align with what they experienced on the track, leading to unexpected difficulties in car setup and performance. While achieving perfect correlation is challenging for any team, this misalignment created doubt and frustration at Red Bull. Despite their expertise, they continued to develop new parts based on a fragile foundation, leading to incremental improvements rather than the substantial gains they had anticipated. The RB20, while an evolution of the successful RB19, was no match for McLaren's rapid progress, and its updates often only added more complications. So are fans blowing the Verstappen-Norris rivalry out of proportion? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching, everybody.